Aaron Donald has retired. Defense coordinator Raheem Morris has moved on. But can the LA Rams pull together another winning season? Eddie covers WagerTalk.com with a team preview for the LA Rams for the 2024 campaign. And of course, this team was a wild card playoff team in 2020. They were the Super Bowl champs in 2021. They dropped to 5-12 in 2022, but last year a big bounce back campaign, overachieved 10-7 season. Another winning year for Sean McVay. McVay's already in his 8th year for the LA Rams, and he's only 38 years old. He's still a relative kid. Of course, when you lose a guy like Donald, when you lose a guy like Raheem Morris, who coordinated a pretty good defense last year, those are big losses to overcome. Offense coordinator Mike LaFleur returns. He's in his 2nd year in that job. Matthew Stafford now entering his 16th season. He was a Pro Bowler in his 15th season. Last year, Stafford was pretty good. Offensive line, let's see, they re-signed Dotson. That's a pretty good move. Kevin Dotson's a solid OL. They brought in former Pro Bowler Jonah Jackson as a free agent. Steve Avila was an all-rookie guard last year. He was a center in college. He may be a center here. It's a solid offensive line for Stafford. And Stafford staying healthy has everything to do with whether this team's going to be any good or not. They have playmakers. All right. They really, Kyron Williams, the running back that I admire. Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, decent depth at tight end. Tyler Higbee, not going to be ready to start this season after his torn ACL in the playoffs. But it's not like this team is short on skill position talent. And it's not like McVay is a head coach who hasn't been able to find ways to manufacture offense, even when his skill position talent isn't elite or his offensive line isn't elite. Defensively, the Rams look like a team that's going to be pretty different from last year. I'll talk about that in just a minute. First, I do want to let you guys know what's going on at WagerTalk.com. Right now, my NFL season moon report up and available. And what do I do in this? 2001 was the first year I've been doing that I did NFL season wins. I've been in Vegas since '98. Yeah, this hair used to be brown. So be it. But the report since 2001, 100 wins, 50 losses, 3 pushes, 67% long-term, fully documented. Check out the record at WagerTalk.com for a 23-year sample size, 67%. I'm comfortable with that, and I'm comfortable promoting that. The big tickets, 16-4, 80% with the 5% selections. This year's report, a single 5% big ticket, 5 plays in total. As of now, we may add an additional selection or 2 after week 2 or 3 of the preseason. We'll have to see what happens between here and there. That's a maybe. But 5 plays available on the report right now. All the analysis that you're getting for all of these teams is from work that I've done preparing this report. And I put it out early. Put out the beginning of July for a reason. Nothing's going to happen in the NFL for the next month. But the markets are going to move. So you can bet it a month from now and not get the best of the number. You can bet it now and get the best of the number. Your call. Take $20 off this year's season win report. Just use promo code REPORT20 at checkout. Visit my page, wt.buzz/TC. This is the website, wagertalk.com. Again, report20 at checkout. Get you $20 off this year's NFL season win report. So, Chris Shula, back for his 8th year as DC, back for 8th year with McVay. His first year as DC, Raheem Morris has gone to it as a first-time defense coordinator. Obviously, when you talk about Aaron Donald retiring, a Hall of Famer. But they may well be in decent position without him. Okay, they had a couple of all-rookie linebackers last year. Byron Young, Kobe Turner. Kobe Turner was number 2 in Defensive Rookie of the Year. Those are 2 guys that can put pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Their number 1 pick, Jared Verse, the edge rusher out of Florida State. He's someone who is solid and has potential. The number 2 pick, Brandon Fisk, also out of Florida State. So you're bringing in, bringing multiple guys from the same team that know already how to work with each other. That's a positive. And again, no one's going to replace Aaron Donald. But the pieces that the Rams have, in theory, should be able to mask his absence and perhaps come up with much of his production. So they did have some losses in the offseason. They lost the defensive line coach, Jordan Fuller, the safety. He was a captain last year. He's gone. They did add the cornerback Tre'Davious White from Buffalo, but he's hurt. He's not going to be ready for the beginning of the year. Free agent Darius Williams and young cornerbacks. It really is a young quarterback room. Cornerback Darian Kendricks, Trey Tomlinson. It's not a great secondary. The pass rush has to be there, and that's something that, again, we'll pay a lot of attention to what they look like early to see if that I'm right that Donald can be replaced with the group of guys that they've got in for Shula on the defensive side of the football. From a special teams standpoint, I mean, they have a rookie kicker. That's a concern. You have last year I would call this one of the worst special teams units in the NFL, and on paper it doesn't look a whole lot better this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams lose the field position war a little bit in that regard. Defense only had 15 takeaways last year, number 30. And again, without Donald, there may be some time in which this defense has some growing pains. So in a game-by-game standpoint, the Rams might be a pretty good over team early. Defensive question marks, offensive has playmakers and a quarterback that can throw downfield. I would not be surprised at all to see, you look at the halfway point of the season and the Rams, 6-2 to the over or 7-2 to the over, something in that range. They're definitely a team that early on I'll be looking to play overs with because I'm not convinced this defense is going to be elite, nor the special teams in that regard. From a scheduling standpoint, they have an early Week 6 bye. That's not great. The league is not hiding them. They play 5 night games, so it's not like we're not going to see the Rams on TV a whole lot. We'll see them a bunch. NFC West teams play AFC East opponents. They have to make those trips back east. And NFC North opponents. There are 3 extra games. Not brutal. They have Vegas, Philly, and at New Orleans. Of course, NFC teams get 9 home games compared to 8 home games for the AFC teams this year. One concern, well, 2 concerns from a scheduling standpoint. Tough start at Detroit, at Arizona, San Fran, at Chicago, Green Bay. Every one of those teams is supposed to be better than they were a year ago, or San Fran's supposed to be every bit as good. That's not an easy start. Tough finish. What do they got? Philly, at New Orleans, Buffalo, at San Fran, at the Jets, Denver, Arizona, Seattle. That's not any breaks from the schedule maker for the LA Rams. And again, they've been good. They've been consistently good. McVay's a coach we like. But this year, I got to lean under. We talk about the LA Rams season win total. This is not a team that I think is going to be able to overachieve like they did a year ago. Certainly not as much as they did a year ago when they won 10 games. I look for LA to be 500 level team, maybe 8-9, 7-10, somewhere in that range. Not among the NFL's elites. So again, thank you for watching. If you can, give me a like. I appreciate it very much. Follow the Wager Talk YouTube channel and use promo code REPORT20. Get $20 off this year's NFL season win report. Take advantage of that right now. The numbers are moving. Thanks for watching. Best of luck with all your bets.